Amazing. I love that we got that on call. Thank you, Melanie.
Great. We're gonna start timing.
I'm gonna keep it now into the recording. It's official. It's
now recording.
Okay. Way to say welcome back. Amazing.
Yeah.
I missed you so much.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, on that note, Jesus. Okay, last time on Pulse Hunters Wednesdays, you all finally made your way out of that horrific pocket dimension that was trapped you by the Sanguine Chrysanthemum, at least by this dragon that they seem to have sent after you. Following that event, our very own Rune had to essentially decapitate his arm through the help of Electra and some of our other fellow party members, and fulfilled essentially the rules of the Void, which was decided upon or determined by Tephra, who was able to realize that what you were in was actually a domain of dread, a dimension within a dimension of the Void, essentially the Minthilian manifestation of the Shadowfell. Once you're able to follow the rules of the Void, you manage to break your way through and return back to reality. It was here that Rune was able to embrace Atropos, finally admitting his feelings, and then unmask Atropos to you all, as you all sort of were exposed to Atropos's true face, and who since then, at that point forward, remained maskless and visorless, thanks to Rune's request. You all then, sort of reeling from that whole incident, continued your travel towards the Furez Desert, where lies Clara, the Druidic city of illusion, as well as the Temple of Fenrir, which is where you are called to next, as Emerald is seeking to sign and establish their first contract as a summoner. During this time, you all took some bit of downtime, relaxing. We got Einar still dealing things with her brother, who seemed to have the hots for Kurragum. Electra was still sort of just recovering, writing letters, and sort of dealing with the emotional kickbacks of literally amputating a guy that you've known for less than a week. Meanwhile, Tephra was working on some nerdy shit, probably, while Kayako was doing her own projects to see if there's anything she could do to maybe help Rune in his situation. Of course, however, Emerald was on to very important business, such as creating a list of nicknames for Atropos to call Rune eventually, as the two of them appeared to have deepened their relationship in a variety of ways, as Atropos herself seems to have been working on some projects thanks to Kayako's blueprints, and starting, it has helped her in her advances. Is there anything else that I may be missing? I think that might have covered everything.
This is just me, but I talked to my kids, which was nice.
That's right. You did cast Sending to talk to your kids, Soot and Ash. It was super cute and adorable. And they miss you very dearly, and things seem to be going well back at the Vermilion Forest.
I know Tephra is trying to figure out what the fuck Kayako's deal is.
That's right. Tephra was kind of just being like, hey, so like, I don't want to be like shady or anything, but you give off this vibe that's like not like normal people, let's just say. Not saying you're weird, but there's just this aura about you. And it's kind of sus. And Kayako admitted that she actually never knew her mother, or rather, whoever her other parent was, as her father who was a Viera, is the only parent she's ever known growing up. And you guys got a bit of Kayako lore in that way, and you learned a bit of how she got wrapped up with Yoru, became a bit of a monster hunter herself. Anything else that I may have missed that you'd like to give shout outs to? Craig?
Only that the domain of dread we were put into seems to have come from the Blade Lord, because
Yes, so that was it. That was
getting
confirmed. Right.
slapped out of people's hands.
Right. So Tefra was able to confirm that the domain of dread you were trapped in was not belonging to the Sanguine Chrysanthemum, but actually belonged to Leonhart, the Blade Lord. And you're able to insight that, like, why would it be me? Why would I be the one to get targeted when, like, you know, they went after Tefra's mentor and Einar's brother? But then y'all began to realize, thinking back to it, at every point in turn, the 2 times you have faced off against the Blade Lord, it was always Rune who was the one to disable the blade. So that was a realization and a bit of a what's it called? A bit of a revenge, let's just say, against your transgressions against the Blade Lord, who seemed, despite their material form being completely destroyed, they seem to still be somewhere existing and manifesting, at least in the void, considering the domain of dread belonged to them.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? With that, we will go ahead and we'll move forward with our days of travel, as there are still about 2 more days off until we head and arrive at the Temple of Fenrir. At this point, as we hit this new day, I'm going to need somebody to roll me 3d6.
I'll do it.
Go ahead and roll me 3d6 and let me know,
I
what you
don't have my
get.
dice next to me. I'll do it on mine. 3d6?
Yes.
Six, 6, 4.
Interesting. Almost max. Herald on 1 memento. Here it is. It's not loading. That's fine. Hold on 1 moment. Okay, that's fine. Okay, thank you. So you got what's it called? You got 664, so 14 total.
16.
16.
16 total. Okay. I think my Google Docs is wilding out. All right. With that, I'm going to need you to roll me a d20, Tefra.
Okay. Just a d20?
Just a d20.
No specific check? Okay.
Yep. $17. Interesting. With that, you would see as the ship, your travel in this Marga Day is quite cloudy. The clouds are extra voluminous to the point where it's kind of almost obscuring your path forward, but Atropos is appearing to be able to keep the ship steady on its path. Is there anything immediately that y'all would like to do on this day of travel? Not. Yeah, go ahead. I think, Bowen, are you going to say something?
Yeah, I would like to kind of talk to Roan a bit.
Yes, head over to Rune.
I'm just gonna be like, so, Rune, I know that before the whole hand chopping off thing, you wanted to go on a date with Atropos, and I was going to cook dinner and play you both some lovely music. And I'm assuming you still would like to do this, despite the hand chopping off thing. When would you like to do this?
You mean that I did not have to chop off my hand to go on a date?
That is correct.
No, of course, yes, of course. I would love to. And he starts to kind of think, and you can see mental calculations.
How about a date?
Music. Where do you think that we might? Yeah, I mean.
Oh, don't worry. I can get you guys the entire top deck of the ship to yourselves. I mean, that was my plan, at least. That way you could have, a candlelit dinner under the stars.
Oh, that does seem quite. Someone will be having to watch where the ship is going.
I can drive.
Can you though?
Yes!
Okay.
I can drive.
I have vehicle proficiency!
Tefra. Sorry, I didn't hear. I
You taught me.
yes,
don't
no,
trust
I remember
Tefra to drive, it's your
I
own
heard Emerald say I can drive, and I was like, you're
No.
gonna be cooking and doing music and drive.
Yeah, it's fine.
Also, sorry if I'm looking to the
Very
side.
talented. It's
I
very
moved y'all's
long.
faces to my other monitor, and now I'm just like, oh yes, I'm making good eye contact.
Making eye contact during a video call, something that's possible to achieve and normal to desire.
Amazing. Yeah, go ahead, Rune.
Yeah. That would be lovely. What do I need to do? What can I help with? He just kind of looks down at his hand.
Ideally, just like bring yourself. I feel like that's the main thing here, is that you're going to be providing a conversation and presence.
Ah, yes. How do I do that?
Please tell me you have not forgotten how to speak, Ron.
I mean,
You've had so many fucking
but
conversations
it's so
with
formal now.
It doesn't have to be. It's like, it's the same shit except you're also eating fish. Like,
Okay.
if you'd like, I can comprise a list of names for you to call. At the most. Just to help break the ice a little bit.
No, I think that would be. I think I got a taste for your lists last time.
You don't know my lists. You don't know what lists I have, and may or may not have given to certain individuals.
Oh, really? So there's these names that Atropos is just calling me now, and that was all of her on
She
her.
has like a database somewhere in there from like, I don't know, popular culture or something. That's weird. Anyways, I'm gonna go cook. Bye. I start making dinner for Ronan Atropos.
Oh, it's happening tonight. Oh god.
Yeah, it's decided then. Amazing.
I asked Tefra if she'd be willing to drive the ship, and then I make it very clear to everybody that if I see any of them above deck after a certain hour, I will Eldritch Blast them.
Jesus.
Yeah, as you're doing that, Boydle will kind of appear on their own in their Mookly form. It'll just say, "Hello, boss. Is there anything I can do to help you, Koopa?"
Absolutely, you can go back to your pocket dimension.
I want to help, Koopa.
It would be so immensely helpful if you just kind of sat in your pocket dimension.
Hey, I'll do that and I'll eat some cake, Koopa.
Great, here, and I give him I give him some food.
That takes it and disappears.
And Ron thinks I'm annoying.
And yeah, with that,
he's had a little contact.
As Emerald, you go ahead and prepare that. Anybody else, anything in particular you would like to do or interact with each other on this day of travel? As Emerald made it pretty clear for you that, hey, y'all, after a certain time, please do not be on the deck of the ship. Anything you would like to do, Kayaka?
I think Kayako would be like, just hanging around Atropos for now.
Ooh, yes.
Sort of helping with things.
Yes. As you would see, Atropos, who's currently just vibing here, not visored up, looking over towards you, and just kind of like, Kayako, is there anything I can do to assist you?
Oh, well, I was hoping to assist you. What kind of progress have you made?
Yes. Well, kind of looks down and will look towards you and will say, I believe that this will be suitable enough. And Kayako, go ahead and roll me an investigation check on Atropos.
Oh, I'm terrible at these.
Holy shit. Amazing. 32. Wow. Let me go ahead and DM you something you noticed secretly. Where is Kara?
Oh.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Kayako. So you notice that as Atropos is continuing her project, and she'll look towards you and say, "Thank you, Kayako. I could not have made this much progress were it not for what you've already created."
Yeah. You, I could find parts to help out if you need.
And she kind of looks towards you and will just say, "Oh, that is no need. It needs to be made of parts that are reinforced and will be usable in order to prevent any further damage in the future."
Okay.
I appreciate your concern, truly. And she will actually reach out and will take your hand and give it a squeeze. And will say, "I read in a book that this is what organics do to comfort each other."
Jesus.
Thanks. Are you going to be okay?
Yes, this is nothing.
If you say so. Uh,
Go ahead.
oh. Okay, that's fine. She like sort of squeezes Atropos' hand in response.
Kind of just smiles and will say, "Kayako, I know that you and Electra have just recently joined us, but I must say, it is a pleasure to have someone such as yourself on board who is quite knowledgeable in Magitech."
Well, thanks. I've certainly done quite a bit of maintenance on my own weapons in my spare time.
Yes, and it's proven very helpful, so it appears to be, in the combats and trials you have faced. I foresee that we will be very successful with you and Electra on our side. And you are also both quite a joy to be around.
Oh, thanks. You're a joy to be around as well.
Thank you. If you don't mind, kind of just, she looks a bit bashful and will just say, "Could you give me a moment just by myself?"
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
And she like heads out of the room, closes the door, sticks by the wall.
To hear, or
Yeah.
Sure, you can roll me a perception check.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
does Kyoko get advantages to hearing?
Because of her big
Some
ears.
big ears.
Not exactly, but oof, that was a low roll, Kayako. But I'll say
How?
I say with an 11. Oh, by the way, Emerald, you already have inspiration, but you came here first, so you can give someone else inspiration if you want.
Who doesn't have it?
I don't.
I think Kayako doesn't, and I think that's it. And,
Kayako gets it.
okay,
You know what? I'm gonna use it
amazing.
to be a nosy bitch because I feel like that's what Emerald would do.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
With an 18, much better. Kayako, you hear Atropos sort of talking to herself as she sort of like, you hear like the sound of machinery, sort of things combining and melding together. And I would say with an 18, you kind of catch some vague glimpses of what she says. You would hear something like, yes, what's this? But I should also consider those motions as well. I think, and also the size must be correct so that it's not uncomfortable. Kind of just, and then you kind of hear like her sort of pondering out loud. Would it be comfortable to eat with this? Kind of just like pondering things out loud.
She like sort of nods to herself and then just goes about her business.
Thank you. Sweet. Einar, is there anything you would like to do?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Not today.
Not today. Not for the vibes today. How about you, Tef? Anything you would like to do?
Oh, I'm flying the ship.
You are flying the ship eventually. Yeah.
Eventually. I might, I don't know, do some little illusions or something for mood setting for Ronan Atropos.
Amazing. What kind of illusions would you like to make for the Rutropos state as you prepare them in your head to ensure that things go smoothly?
Just like little like crystal butterflies, like just like butterflies that would like float around everywhere, but like made of different gemstones. I think Ronan would appreciate that.
Amazing.
Can I show Tephra a picture of Atropos' favorite flower and ask her to make some of those out of gemstones as well?
Yes, the Aster tarticus, which you learned is a special flower in the Hanakatobi, the Hinonese language of flowers, as the Shion, or the Don't Forget Me flower.
As opposed to the forget-me-not flower.
Yes.
This one's different.
This one's different than Forget Me Not.
This is the Don't Forget Me flower.
Yeah, in Hanakatobi means Don't Forget Me. But they're Aster tarticus. They're kind of like little daisies, but purple and yellow.
Asters are pretty.
But
Yes, I can make those out of gemstones. Illusory ones, at least.
Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure you'd be able to make one out of a real gemstone eventually.
Bring me the gemstones.
Therein is the issue. Well, actually, let me check my inventory. Maybe I have some shit that I've stolen.
I'm like, if you give Tephra enough time, I'm sure she could figure out how to make a real one. A real little flower.
Oh yes.
Might be a better gift to come from Ron, though.
Yeah.
You're gonna take his shtick.
I'm just saying, Emerald's real plan has been to steal her this whole time.
As you are all sort of searching through that, Einar, Haita would actually approach you during this day and will ask to, hey, would it be good if we could go to the top of the deck of the ship? I want to sit by the bow next to you. I want to ask you.
I think we might be shot if we go on the deck of the ship. I am not 100% sure if it is that time yet.
I did see your Tabaxi friend said that, but they said nightfall, yes? It's still morning time?
Oh, wait, is it morning? Okay.
Yeah, still.
Oh, I thought it was later in the evening. It's like, I don't want to die. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can go up.
Alright, cool. You would see as Haitao sort of like sits with you here as the ship sort of flies by. You kind of like are one with the clouds right now, letting the sort of sweetness of Caligo's mist envelop you all for this whole day. As he kind of looks to the side towards you and will say, I know. Just how long do you plan on going at this? Do you plan on seeing this through the end?
think so. I mean, no reason not to.
Are you sure? Dangerous.
So is going in the forest, but that didn't exactly stop you.
So that's me. I am Haitao Jinabramator. You are Aina. You're supposed to be the next head of the family. I mean, Bale's handling things right now, temporarily, but isn't it you who will go to? Especially if you're in Alexandria, that's how it is. And I thought that's what you wanted to do. Or is this what you want to do?
Yeah.
What was that?
Sorry, I think I'm a little confused. That's not my understanding of things.
This is what Hightower thinks.
Oh, okay.
Because he's assuming because like Alexandria is very like woman forward, so like usually the women takes the lead of the family and whatnot.
I think it would be better if the other stuff was the one that continued to handle things.
That's true.
I know it is not exactly conventional, but I mean, Mother practically taught him how to do it fairly well, I think.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, go ahead.
I know he's not always perfect at it, but I think it suits him better than it suits me.
I will have to say it's kind of a bit badassing or imagining you traveling around being this crystal guardian. You know, I think that's quite impressive. I think if Mother were here, she would be pretty shocked, probably terrified for you, but would be proud of you.
Yeah.
Especially if Leviathan was going to send you on this mission. You know how religious she was.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just smile towards you and will say, as long as this is what you want to do, I don't want you to ever feel like you have to do something you don't want to do.
I don't know if it's what I would want to do forever, but I think it is good for me. I think it's good for me.
Kind of just smiles. Speaking of good for you, I see you've been getting quite cozy with our good old friend Spessatine, eh?
Well, of course, yeah, of course that's what you would pay attention to.
I mean, I always thought they were really cute, but I didn't think they would go for you.
That's such a nice thing to say. Thank you so much.
They kind of just chuckle a little bit. I'm just kidding. You are quite the catch. I mean, all the suitors, they come chasing after you from across the lands. It's nice. I mean, very, romantic and predictable in those like dramas they always play at the theaters. But, childhood friends, now on an adventure to save the world.
Especially when I watch different plays.
We'll kind of just smile and we'll kind of lean on you a little bit and we'll just say, as long as you're happy, I'm happy, and I'm sure the rest of them would be too.
Yes, I hope so.
Wait, does Yume know? Our little one?
I don't think so.
I mean, I think it's kind of. I heard she was chasing after that Spessartine's older sibling at the university. You might want to have a talk with her.
I mean, to be fair, it's been like 2 days.
That's true.
I'm not exactly rushing to make a big formal announcement to the entire family about it.
So it's elopement into the winds. It is then.
More like just not rushing into things.
Hey, I can agree with that. Kind of just look around and they'll say, I don't know how far I could probably stay here with you.
Don't worry, I'm not expecting you to stay as long as I do.
I feel like I could be useful elsewhere. This
Mhm.
whole saving the world business isn't really my style.
It would make me feel better knowing you're back at home.
We'll see
I
next
know.
time.
I know he can mostly handle himself. Still,
Right. Have you seen Talon and all in your travels?
I haven't. I've heard he is out and about as well. Did he say anything to you or anyone else before he left?
Yeah. Said that he was caught up with something, that he needed to handle it. Needed to go for a while, needed to borrow money from Bell Dressel. Bell said that it was irresponsible for him to walk off like this and just act so impulsive. They got into a fight, as they always do. I tried to break it up. I get hit. Bale gets hit. Bale has some health reaction with his illnesses. Talon apologizes and leaves in a fit. You know how it always is.
So I'm sure he was so sincere.
Despite as much of a scumbag that bastard is, I worry about him too. But can't do much if he's not asking for help.
I've been trying to keep an ear to the ground at least as much as I can, but he's not exactly making an effort to make his leave breadcrumbs behind him.
But you're always good at finding people, and you are quite the talker. You know, you get the best gossip elsewhere. If not here, I'm sure you'll find it next time.
Yeah, yes. Lots of gossip to be had on a tiny ship with 7 other people.
Yes, apparently one of your own has a bit of a thing going on with the Warforged, eh?
Yes, I believe that is
Quite
new as well.
Quite an exciting party you got going around here, I know.
Yeah, it's never dull.
Indeed. Kind of wondering if I could perhaps shack up with someone before I part ways. Looks around.
Of course. Sow your wild oats. Have fun. Just preferably while I am all the way on the other end of the ship.
Craigslist.
Have one swamp boy who'll go after the other.
Hightail just chuckles a bit and says, "We'll see. We'll see if I have some time for that. But if not, no big deal. It's interesting seeing you like this. But I just wanted to catch up with you before I make my dramatic exit. Thinking about next time you land the Warforged Atropos. She told me that you'll be landing in the desert. I'll probably part ways with you there. The Thera's Desert is near one of the mountain ways. Probably make my way towards the Ghetto.
I mean, we can try and at least drop you somewhere closer to someone.
I think a desert's more exciting. As is like Hightail being Hightail.
Okay, but you also thought going into the woods was exciting, and now you're...
But to be fair, the woods were literally called the Evil Forest, and I thought I could handle it. This is just a desert. What harm would go wrong? Just hand me some packs, and I'll be good.
Oh, yes, it's fine. Just an environment with no food or shelter or anything to keep you safe. It will be lovely, I'm sure.
Kind of just shakes his head. Like, well, fine. If it's convenient for you, maybe drop me off somewhere on the way there, hey?
I'll talk to Atropos either before or after tonight.
Probably after, considering your furry friend might slit my throat if I show up on the deck of the ship.
Yeah, that would be fair.
Kind of just chuckles a bit and will say, okay, I won't occupy your time any further. Please give Spessatine my regards. And then we'll kind of stand up and we'll kind of like mess up your hair a little bit, Einar, before walking off.
How is he like steady-ish?
Yeah, he's actually getting pretty steady.
Okay.
And then as he does, he kind of turns and looks and he's about to go down deck. Kind of shoots you a glance, Tephra, as you're like piloting the ship and kind of like gives you like the okay sign on.
And I'm like,
I think like with that regard, he'd actually just go up to you. And Einar, you think he like is about to go down? He goes straight to where Tephra is.
I am not looking. I'm just looking out over the boat, but also listening very closely.
And you probably could with your passive perception of like 69. So
Yeah.
kind of goes over to you, Tephra, and we'll just be like, were you always good with an airship, Spessartini?
Always good? No, it's a new skill.
Where's a real quick learn though? Kind of just looks around.
I'm glad to see that you are feeling better and up and about. Is there something I can help you with?
No. Nothing you could help me with. Just curious. Why did you disappear all that time ago?
Oh, great. That's definitely the question I thought you were going to ask. Some stuff happened, and I needed to leave.
Very detailed. I completely agree. But you came back though.
I did. I came back. Things I was accused of, I have been since absolved of.
That's good.
And now I'm here.
Indeed. So, with that out of the way, kind of just looks towards you, and we'll say, kind of crosses.
Pepper's like not sure if Hightown knows, and is like,
it crosses his arms a little bit and like
"Where's
leans
this
in.
going?"
It'll just be like, so, how long have you fancied my sister, eh, Tephra?
Jeez.
Oh, cool. So you know, great. I guess I told my sister, so I shouldn't be surprised.
I mean, that
How
was
long
kind of
have
a
I-
little bit of a hint, even back then when we went to the same parties. I mean, you only stuck with her the entire time. You never said hi to any of us.
But I said hello.
You bowed, you did the
sure?
pleasantries, but you never said hi to me that much, other than, the simple hello. You always went over to Einar, you guys would hold hands in the back of the party, blah, 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 whatever you girls do.
I think I have fancied Einar since before I knew it meant to fancy someone.
Ooh, now that's romantic.
Anyway, I really like her, and I'm trying not to mess it up. And it's very new, and I'm scared, and
He kind of like chuckles a bit. For the record, the call literally ended up Benny. Amazing.
Oh god.
That was funny.
French exit conversation.
He literally just jumps off the ship, Benny.
where did it cut out?
I'm trying not to mess it up, and
I'm trying not to mess it up because I really like your sister.
kind of raises his brow, pretty amused by this. Well, I mean, it's just, I think it's good. It's I kind of just smile a little bit, and we'll just say, I can tell by how flustered and embarrassing you're making out to yourself that you really do like her.
Was that in doubt?
No, I
You're
mean,
the one who just told me that you thought that it was obvious for the whole time.
it's just that I've seen many people chase after my sister, usually after her money. Obviously, that's not the deal with you. I mean, you're Spessartini. But I was just curious if you really, actually cared, or if it was a status thing, union of families, or something like that. But good.
I mean, the stasis makes it more acceptable for my parents, but I don't even speak to them.
Yeah, I heard about that. They've been gone for quite some time, yeah.
Yes. A lot of it is stuff that we are trying not to let the broader community know. I hope you can understand how that is.
Mm.
It would not look good for the company if they knew quite how absent my parents are.
Well, Birdie told me that I think where did you say you thought they were at again? In a different continent, right, or something?
Yeah, in Estar.
Kind of nods while saying, "I have a buddy of mine from Estar. We are quite close. I can probably reach out to them next time I get to a city, and I could get some magnet to them. Perhaps I could. I'll reach out."
Do you know? This might be a long shot. Do you know of the Seekers of Arcadia?
I'm gonna go ahead and roll for that for him.
He's a himbo, so I'm expecting it to be
Amazing.
low.
That is a natural 19 minus 2 to
He
17.
knows a thing. I'm so proud of him. He knows a thing.
-2.
Looks towards you and says, I think that's like a secret cult or something. No, it's like a organization or something, right? Over at Estar.
Yeah. Well, I was wondering maybe if your friend was a member, but I guess if you're not quite sure what they are, then you
I
probably
mean, if they
wouldn't
were a
know.
member, they probably wouldn't be my friend. Stuff like that is a bit shadowy, if you know what I mean. I've heard
Certainly.
some pretty not so savory things about that organization, let's just say. The Seekers are known to seek knowledge, no matter the cost.
Have you heard anything about their current activities?
I mean, could be anything. Some say they're trying to find more access to the crystal plane, I think. There was something like that. My friend told me it was like they wanted to try to find a way to like explore deeper inside it. But that's all I can really tell you. I mean, I could reach out to him. He's a pretty good guy. He's actually a teacher at Estar. Big lion man, Kestrel lawyer. He's like, I believe, what's that one that the cool sounding college? Lorehold, that's what it is. Lorehold. He and I,
That's the sounding one for sure.
and yeah, I just think that it would be useful to perhaps I can ask him for some information.
I would appreciate the information you could pass on. I wasn't really expecting you to have any knowledge, but no offense. I don't mean that I was.
No, I
what
mean,
was
I totally get it. I
Okay.
dropped out of school, and
we all have our own set of knowledge. I was just not expecting your set of knowledge to overlap with that sort of situation. Is all I was implying.
call it a bit of a sleeping dictionary. I certainly have my ways and connections around Minfilia. After all, a champion fighter such as myself must make all sorts of connections. Soon the name of Hightow, the mighty blade, the mighty fist, still working on the bit of a code name. I'm trying to compete in a gladiatorial bout somewhere in Junebee first, and then making my way over towards.
You could just go with like high-powered Hightow or something like that.
Hey, that's pretty good. See, I knew you were better at this.
Hi,
name.
Coward. I'm sorry.
Hightower.
I could probably do something like that. I mean, see, this is why you're great to have around. Definitely.
Gotta workshop it.
Well, I'm glad you think so, and that I have your approval. I guess not that I need it. I don't think I need your approval, but I guess I'm glad to have it. I have a question.
Yeah.
I have forgotten the date of Einar's birthday. Do you know what it is?
Kind of just looks towards you incredulously. It just says, "It's not that big of a deal."
No, yes, it is. It is. It is a big deal, though, because
I just
like
chuckles looking at
Einar
you.
got to me this. Like, do you see this? Do you see this really beautiful? These hair jewels that I'm wearing. That was Einar's birthday present to me. She remembered my birthday. I cannot not remember her birthday. Please help. Help
Your
me.
birthday's when was your birthday again?
A little bit ago.
Not too far away then. Einar's
I
birthday
know.
should be.
It's like I remember that their birthday is like soon after mine, but I cannot remember the exact day because I've never been really good at memorizing dates. My professors always yell at me because I would remember like the theories and like the
Okay, yeah,
events,
and
but
you're
never the
doing that
dates they
thing where
happen.
you're over explaining things again, and I completely went over my head. Now, I think
Einar's
our
birthday when?
yes, I believe it was May 1st. So end of this
May
month,
1st?
beginning of the next. You got the couple of weeks, my friend.
Okay. I could do something with a couple of weeks. Shit. Okay, May 1st. Okay. Great. Thank you. I was nervous that I was going to have to like message like Beldressal or something, which would have been incredibly humiliating. To like cast a spell and talk to him in his head out of the blue and to be like, "Hello, Beldressal. We don't speak. When's your sister's birthday?" Anyway.
I just chuckles a bit and will say, well, knowing him, he's probably would have answered you anyways. But yeah.
Yes,
I
but it
know.
would have been humiliating a little
That-
bit. This was also humiliating, but at least it's in person.
Yeah, it's also very hilarious. Now, what do you plan on doing?
What do I plan on doing? Fuck if I know.
You're gonna give her a gift to remember, maybe something as special as the one she gave you.
I'm thinking of trying to maybe like custom enchant something for her, like something. Wait, I'm whispering this now because I don't want Einar to hear. Like I don't know if she's heard this entire thing, but Einar knows everything, and like I'm probably like I'm trying not to like let her find out everything, Anyway, I was thinking like a hair piece that I enchant with some sort of like protective magic, and like something beautiful that she can wear that suits her, but also has a little bit of a use.
Before you continue, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check. Or
Sleight of mouth.
Actually, yeah, I would say a stealth check would be appropriate, actually.
Attributes.
You got to beat an 18. Hey, you get the inspiration, though.
Great.
I
I already have team inspiration. It's funnier if I don't use it.
Yep. It is funnier if you don't use it. Okay, I'll give that one to Electra then, because I think she doesn't have it. Funny. Okay. That's funny, because Einar also rolled really badly, but you rolled worse. she got an 18 with a 5.
But I have what did I have?
Yeah.
Plus 13.
Plus 13, yeah. It's bonkers. Einar, you're like, oh god, I don't want to hear this, but you hear it anyways.
I kind of want to hear it.
And yeah, you'd see as Hightail's just kind of like, that'd be nice. A very you gift. I think she'd appreciate it. Keep her safe. And
Do you have any better ideas?
the thing about Einar is that she never really asked for too much. I think anything, honestly, would mean a lot there.
I was figuring that maybe anything would be fine as long as it like I had thought about it.
She was literally the worst person you could probably have whenever we do the secret Starlight Celebration sort of events, and especially when you had her, because everyone had their little lists, and her list would always be a blank sheet of paper. I don't know if she did it on purpose or trying to be funny, but
I think the answer is yes.
yeah, anything will work. The fact that you spent time on it means a lot.
Anyway, I'm workshopping it. It might be different. I don't know. I'll come up with something. May 1st. May 1st. We'll remember this. Write it on my fucking arm.
Kind of just smirks a bit. Says, I used to be very intimidated by you growing up, and now I don't know why I was scared for
Really?
you in the first place. You are hilarious. Yeah.
I guess I was really quiet. Well, so every time I opened my mouth, my mother would yell at me.
Oh yeah, that lady was scary. No offense.
Like everything I said, she like found a reason to criticize. So I just sort of didn't say anything. And I guess that sort of like distant thing made people back off. I don't know. I'm not that scary, I don't think.
No, you seem to be whatever you are now. You seem to be happier, which is my thing. I think people should be happy no matter what they want to do.
Well, that's good. What are you doing after this, Haitao?
Training. I'm going to be. I think there's going to be a tournament soon in Treno. Going to perhaps use that as a bit of a meal ticket to get myself to Junbi, then from Junbi to Tendrava.
A tournament. Well.
Did you say that in character?
I do. Yes, I do say that in character. Kavros is like absolutely like a tournament.
Kind of goes over his head.
Don't do the whole disappearing thing again. Really fucked with Einar and your whole ass family. I know that it wasn't on purpose per se, but maybe it'd be nice to give them a little bit of a better idea where you are physically. Easier to search for.
I just nod to say, I learned my lesson. But no mystical enchanted forest for training.
Yeah, keep the training to places where there are maybe other people, witnesses, perhaps.
That's probably ideal. But you take care, and I hope you. I wish you the best.
Thank you. Good luck with your tournaments.
Thank you.
High-powered,
Good luck.
high-power.
High-powered, high-power. You know, that really has a nice ring to it. I'll consider it. And you should consider your gifts and stuff too. It's going to be great, I'm sure.
Oh god, yes, probably. I hope so.
Kind of just chuckles a bit before he heads downstairs to rest.
I should work on it now, actually. Ever like pulling out notes, starting to draw things up.
You're driving
Remembering,
the
oh shit,
ship.
I'm flying the plane. The plane lurches, and Jeffrey's like, wait, no, gotta focus on this. Everything
That
is
is
fine.
perfect. That's perfect.
Amazing. Yeah. Anything, Einar, how do you react to this conversation having played out in front of you?
I totally heard nothing as far as anyone else is concerned. I'm just chilling at the front of the ship, enjoying the sun, having a good time. Tefra can feel like they have their secrets. It's fine.
All right,
They
thank you
deserve
for your
that.
secrets.
Oof, too real.
Amazing. All right. That's anything else anybody would like to do before we move on to the evening segment of this day?
Yeah, get below deck before Emerald kills me.
Deck and talk.
We'll just say people on deck would probably hear some like soft swearing in Lindblumen from the engine room in Roan's cabin.
Would
Aiden.
Kayako be on deck?
What would you be doing, Kayako?
You know what? She'd probably be like checking the ship's vitals and stuff. So she would probably be on deck. She would hear that sort of stuff. And I think she would go to check in on Rune.
Cool. Let me go ahead. I'll have this here. So she goes in and Rune, you're in your room, the crystal engine room, as Kayako kind of climbs in up the ladder.
I'm Kate.
Oh.
It's just you, Kyoko.
Could alright.
Could I get no, please. I think I need some help. And you see, he's trying to get his kind of like fancy dress admiral's uniform on, but he can't do up all the buttons. So he needs a little help.
Oh my god.
Doing that.
How ill-fitting is this?
I mean, we went to a suit place and he got a proper admiral's suit for the one.
The Festival of the Hunk.
Yeah.
The little event.
Okay.
So it fits him. It's just he can't get all the buttons now that he's one arm, one
Oh, right.
hand down.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kayako would definitely be like,
Oh,
yeah.
Thank
Here.
you. I have to ask. Well, you're helping. Yeah, no, that button here. I'll hold it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Have you done a lot of these formal things, dates, dinners? I've tried to avoid the formal dinners like a plague, even when I was a child, and we'd have them in Lindblom. I hated them.
I mean, I've done like a lot of formal dinners, but those are more sort of like noble events, because like,
It's not quite the same, is it? Yeah.
yeah. So like, wait, are you and Atropos going on a date?
Oh, I thought by now that Emerald would have informed the entire ship. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, that all makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. We are going to have a candlelit dinner, and he kind of.
That sounds darling.
Yeah. It sounds nice, and I'm not worried about what she will think of me or my manners, or the fact that I only have one arm, or any of that. That is not racking my brain at all. Yeah.
So what?
His room is a bit
racking your brain?
disheveled too. Pardon?
So what is racking your brain?
Oh, no, it's kind of all of that. All of that stuff. Yeah. Jeez.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to take a few deep breaths. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, this is. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Maybe because usually it's me being angry that. Anyways. And it's really ragged, and he's like trying his best, and he kind of. He had an anger issue, and that's why he has this kind of centering position when he goes into his kind of monk stances. It's not coming to him in this situation. It's a very different situation. But he will breathe a couple times and seem to calm down a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that thank you for all this. And could you grab the pin over there? And he pins like almost like Admiral Nelson, the kind of sleeve pinned to his suit for the missing arm or hand. It's more. I thought it was pirate. Whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, okay. Thank you for that, Kyoko.
You're welcome. And hey, listen. I'm sure Atropos just wants you to be you, okay?
Okay. Yeah, but which me? There was a badass one who beats crap up with the two arms, because that's a problem. Or maybe just the super intelligent one, or what are we going to talk about?
Be the sweet one that likes Atropos.
Oh, yeah, you think that's all I need?
I mean, yeah.
I guess I could do that.
And like add in a bit of other stuff for flavor, of course.
Yeah. I totally will try to do some impressing with my knowledge of the ship, or some maybe some improvements. And he kind of looks around the room. He hasn't really done any. Maybe I'll just ask her what improvements she's made to the ship.
And you can make like a whole conversation about that.
Okay, yeah. That's what That's what you want to talk about, right? Work.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, again, thank you. I think I'm feeling a little better. Yeah. Thank you, Kyako. He's feeling like he kind of with his smooths out his jacket, his admiral's jacket a little bit more, and he's kind of fussing over himself a little bit. Yeah.
Is it almost time, or is it like...
It's about to be time too soon.
I was gonna say, even if it wasn't, like, it's very on point for him to be like dressed well before.
3 hours early.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Sits on the bed and waiting.
It's like, and then you're like, you're just getting sweaty in the suit, and it's like, oh, I really shouldn't have done this so early.
Okay, well, depending on how close it is, Kayako's gonna just, like, pat Roan on the shoulder, be like, don't worry, you'll do great, and cast guidance.
Amazing. Yeah, we'll say you can cast that right before he's about to head out.
Yeah, and he feels a little bit better with that, actually. He thinks, he probably thinks he needs it. So.
Amazing. With that, it's about to be that time. Evening is taking on, and Kayako, you're like, okay, cool, I'll just head out. And then you realize, like, probably shouldn't go out the deck way. You look at the ladder here in this engine room, and you just slide on down.
Yeah.
Amazing. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, Emerald, how are preparations coming along?
They're coming along great. I got like 6 different fucking rice balls stuffed with salmon. I got little like shit. I got shit all around, all over the place.
I have shit everywhere, but yes.
There's like
It's
little
a design choice.
You're also able to go into the captain's quarters to find some of the nice, like, the table settings and everything, and like while no one's prepared,
like lanterns.
The lanterns and everything. You're like creating a whole thing here, and as you do, every so often, Atropos, who's kind of just wandering about, will just be like, "Oh, Emerald, may I assist you? Whatever it is that you are doing."
No, go away.
Understood.
I love you.
Yes. And she will then leave as you go ahead and set things up. But no check needed, Emerald, but just you're able to kind of gather everything up. You're able to cook the food, get things set up, pop open some of the wine from the cellar, and you kind of like confirm a bit, probably with Tephra being like, Warforged can eat and drink, right? And Tephra, you would know, yeah, they can. They just don't have to. They can enjoy that. So you kind of like make sure everything's to your specifications. And with that, Rune, you finally make your way out. I guess Tephra and Emerald, are the two of you getting dressed up at all in this with all this happening, or as background pieces?
Sure, I'll
Yes.
disguise myself like a fancy waiter.
I'm actually getting dressed up in the same outfit that I would wear at the circus when Tephra and I were performing.
Cool.
Oh. Yeah, no, Tephra is just like you, like the glamoured armor is now like a fancy waiter outfit.
Yeah, the glamour
Like,
settled in.
down with like the black apron.
Amazing.
Yeah, that I like it's not just like a button down, it's like a full suit with like an apron. Like one of those. I've got coattails.
Hot.
Amazing. That's sexy. And with all that, Rune, it is now time for you to step out onto the deck of the ship. And with that, what do we see, Emerald?
So obviously Tephra's illusory decorations are up. And then for the first moment when Rune and Atropos step out, I'm also casting Spirit Guardians so that there's those like floating paper cranes just kind of drifting through the air and catching the light off the candles. The whole like rails of the ship have these like string like lanterns with little candles inside. And then Emerald is playing their dulcimer and just like nice, pleasant background music. And then the table is set with the meal and some more candles and some wine and cups. Yeah.
Amazing. With that, Atropos will kind of just look a bit shocked as all this is happening, and we'll just say, "Oh, this is what's all this?"
This is a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna just look at Roan and be like,
And she will actually look towards you, Rune, and will say, "Ah, Rune, you are all dressed up."
Yeah. I thought that we could make this a little different, a little special. Oh, I got you these, and he holds up the don't forget me flowers that he would have definitely gotten Kurgim to make for him.
Yeah, the Shions.
With some Druidcraft. And he just kind of holds that up to her.
And you'd see as she kind of just, her expression just widens a little bit. She sort of smiles. Goes, how, this is so lovely. Thank you. And she'll sort of take it from your hands and look down and just feel like, I don't understand.
Oh, I just again making this night a little special, a little different. You know, we eat together because you cook amazing food that maybe you don't eat so much all the time, but this is different. And he kind of looks around to Emerald and Tephra. They've kindly helped. I'm going to shut up now. And then he kind of goes into formal noble kind of thing and runs over to a seat, lifts or pulls it back, offers her to sit. Very formal, like super well mannered. His mom would have drilled this into him, even though he didn't enjoy a moment of it. Yeah.
And you would see as Atropos smiles and will just sort of chuckle very soft and say, "Thank you. This is quite sentimental." And we'll sort of walk over towards you and we'll kindly look down towards you and then sort of take a seat very gently.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead.
Yeah, no, Roan will kind of run over and pour some wine if it's not already poured.
It is.
It is. Oh.
What do I look like? An amateur?
There it is.
And yeah.
The glasses will not be empty throughout the entire night.
Oh, fancy. Yeah, and he'll sit down across from her, and then just very awkwardly be like looking at her and then looking away and looking at the stars, and there's a too long pause before he says, it is beautiful tonight. I was worried that it might rain. I know we're in a desert, but it's just trying to like make conversation.
And she sort of just chuckles and just say, "If it did rain, I would think we'd have other worries to worry about. But it is quite a nice night, yes. Especially as I'm here with you and two of our friends are here as well."
Oh.
And we'll look back towards you and we'll say, "Did you plan all this?"
Emerald's like behind Atropos, like,
The Emerald and Tephra have agreed to help me. I can beat with all this. Would you like and he just, I guess, kind of offers some of the it's like sushi, is it not?
It's like
Rice balls.
they're rice, but they're like rice balls with like salmon inside of them.
Yeah,
and
so
she
you'll
kind of, she'll look towards it. She's like, "Oh, these. I don't think I've had these in quite some time since. Oh, in this sense, thank you." And she'll say, "Please try some. I am positive that it is quite delicious."
Of course. He will try some. I'm sure they're awesome. I
Yeah,
assume.
She has some, and she says like, and she sort of smiles and will say like, "It is quite lovely, different than how I would typically make them, but I think it's nice to. I understand. Is this what it feels when I cook things for you, Ron?"
Ah. Uh-oh. No. I think this you cook very well, and it is always delicious, and I think that tonight is just a little bit more special for a couple of reasons. Yeah.
Would you like to tell me those reasons? I am quite curious.
Well, it's just you and me, and you know how I feel now. I think I know how you feel now. I
No
hope.
thinking. You do.
Oh. And he calms down a little bit at this. He's a little relieved at that. And we'll say, yes, thank you. Well, the food is good. The company, and he looks around to everybody, is even better. What would you like to talk about?
She sort of just looks and says, I've been thinking about everything that has led up to this moment. Truthfully, I was unsure of what my purpose was. Have I told you before? The name of my people. I think my people is the proper way to properly call that. I've been wondering if it is a term that I should use if I am not just a construct. But when I was created, Dr. Tot, along with their partner, Dr. Uzuki and Dr. Lorenstein, they originally referred to us as Machina. That was a phrase. It was our original name. It was before Vector Enterprises had attained all rights to us and decided the title Warforged was more fitting. I've thought about it, about my purpose, and how grateful I am of Dr. Tot to have taken me, and how I wonder how my predecessors are doing, the ones before me. I wonder if I had stayed behind, if I could think and feel as much as I do now. And then I realize how I feel is how I was meant to feel. This isn't some deviant program. The deviant program was what's installed to the rest of us to block this potential. And despite that all, I still want to help. Not because it is my directive, but because I enjoy the connection I feel with people. It was why I wanted to come with you all in the first place to the village of Dali so long ago.
You know, Atropos, I'm sure it was quite obvious. It took me some time to get used to a machina like yourself. I grew up, and the only ones I knew were from Vector, and so my perspective was clouded. And you showed me that there is something beneath whatever Vector has created, and if there is any way I can help you in your purpose to set free or protect your fellow Machina, I will do it. I want to do it. You mean a lot to me, and if this is a passion that you have, I would love to share it.
She looks towards you with a meaningful expression and will smile as she lifts her hand and grabs the one you have on the table and will give it a squeeze. Just say,
You'll squeeze back.
Thank you, Rue. That means a lot to me. I understand it is common for people to fear the unknown. I've learned that. And I'm happy that our connection was able to brighten your horizons.
And so much more.
I had hoped that you would think of me so. I had always admired your intellect. And she kind of like looks down a bit and will say, to have you by my side, I think it would make that hope much more achievable. I am happy to have been able to be here to help you, most of all, and I wish to continue to do so by your side.
And I want nothing more.
She'll just smile, intertwining your like hands and fingers on the table. I'll just say, there was something else I wanted to talk about as well.
Oh, please. The less I say, the better, I feel.
I quite like your voice, so please do not refrain.
I won't. I just and you can definitely hear a little bit of shakiness in it. It's like I think I'd much rather listen at the moment, but I will not hesitate. Do not worry. I'm just yes, please go on.
Can I cast Heroism on Room?
Heroism? Hey, nice. How does it look like when you cast heroism? You're playing your dulcimer.
To be as subtle as possible. If I can, I'd like it for him not to even know that I did it.
Yeah, sure. I'm not going to make you roll a check for that. You immediately... Aron's way too much of a nervous wreck.
I was going to say, he's a little distracted right now. It's fine.
Yeah, you can kind of like flavor it however you'd like, whether it's like you come by, casually take a plate away, tap him, or you play your dulcimer and like you use the song as heroism. Up to you.
Bring another basket of bread.
Yeah. Let's see. It is touch, so
okay, there you go.
I am going to just like, oh, sorry, let me just give you a new napkin and just like
Yeah, you're not immune to fear. Okay.
Temp HP.
And you get some temp HP. All right. With that,
for later.
Let's see, as Atropos will just sort of smile and will say, when did you exactly feel that our relationship had changed? When you thought of me so?
I don't quite know. It's something that's been evolving for some time, when certain members of the party would pick up on it even before I did, I think. But truly, how I don't know. Perhaps I knew for certain then you disappeared. And I know that is late, and I was feeling comfortable in the situation that we were in before, but when we were trapped in that horrible plane and you were nowhere to be found, I knew I needed to get back to you. And that is when I knew.
You just
I'm not so well. He's pretty perceptive, but I don't pick up on my own things so well. You may have noticed. I don't.
she'll kind of just chuckle a bit and will say, it's as much tension as you must have felt in such a situation. I can't help but to feel that it is quite romantic that you felt such intensity to find me. I believe that is appropriate. I have read such stories in plays, in legends and myths. I quite enjoy fantastical tales, such as the Warriors of Light and those romances. Dr. Tot used to read them to me when I was just becoming sentient, and I
have I've said this to you before, but Dr. Tot was good to you.
yes,
Yeah, a good role model and parent. Not everyone has them. Not everyone gets that.
I am
I'm
very
happy.
lucky.
I'm happy for you. Yeah.
I am very blessed to have Dr. Tot.
Hmm.
And I think it was those same feelings, I believe the correct term is whimsy, that I felt, especially when I was with you, when you would gift me these kind of gestures to the little gift you had given her a while ago.
Earring yeah.
Everything.
He's got a matching one on that he wears as a necklace now. That's the kind of two-way communication.
Yeah.
By the way, yeah.
And she'll just sort of smile and will say, it's outlandish, a bit scary, to say the least, to have these feelings. But I feel comforted to know that we are exploring more of each other together.
Absolutely. And I think that I would have to disagree. You know, it is not garish. It is part of being alive, and you need to experience that however you come upon it. And I don't think you should feel guilty for this. Or yeah, I caught that too.
I believe the main pressure on me would be that I hope that I could be someone who could make you as happy as you make me feel.
You are. Don't doubt that. Doesn't matter. You don't change a bit. Needn't do anything or strive for anything. You are perfect the way you are. And if you strive, I will strive with you. Because I need to keep up. Yeah?
Yeah. She responds with a little smile. Sort of copying your way of speech as she instinctively sort of uses her thumb to comfort, like almost like knead into your hand as you guys are intertwined right now on this table. And,
I was gonna say he like you hear the screeching of the chair across the deck as he kind of like sidled up beside her and just kind of holds her a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
and you'd see as he I'd say that at this point she kind of just smiles and will say, there was something that came to mind recently, and I felt that it truly matched you when I had realized the way you always use gems as a way to meet, as a means of channeling your abilities and to gift me these lovely gifts. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it is a medium I'm familiar with, and they have many meanings. I like to create from them and give them away to you, to others. But it has to be meaningful. Only when it's meaningful.
I absolutely agree. Which is why, when I think of you, Rune, there's this very warm sensation when I associate you with gems. You are, in fact, yourself a precious little jewel.
Had to add little in there, right? Fine. That is he's a little taken back. I don't know that I've ever had anyone say that to me. Thank you. It feels good to be your gem.
Kind of just smiles, says, I am happy to have such a brilliant gem then. And she kind of like leans in a bit and will say, Rune, may I kiss you?
Of course, and he'll go right in for a kiss.
Is that Emerald in the back right now? Emerald running over to Tefra, flying his ship, just slapping the fuck out of them. Amazing.
You skip it for so long, and eventually.
But then she'll kind of just pull away for a moment, and she'll rest her forehead against yours, and she'll just say that I think this connection that we share, especially with you, was what I was searching for. Thank you, Rune.
I know that it's. I've been lost for some time. There's been something missing from either my teachings at the monastery with my family. I feel something missing, yeah. But I don't feel that way around you. And I promise that I will fight like hell to keep that feeling and stay by you.
I believe you. 100%. And
No,
I
I
will do you the same. Inside check on her. She's lying. With that, as all this is happening, I want to say Einar and Kayako, even though you're ordered to stay below deck, are the two of you trying to eavesdrop at all?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? You're too scared of Emerald?
A little bit.
Emerald has like their finger guns ready.
It's constantly holding an Elder's Blast.
Yeah. As all this is happening, Tefra, any like thoughts, or are you just trying to mind your own business while you're piloting the ship?
Trying to mind my own business, but be like, internally screaming.
She will say, I have a confession to make.
Of course, anything. Please, tell me.
I have something for you as well, but it won't be ready till tomorrow morning.
Oh,
I would like to give it to you and just know that I believe the proper term is I truly put my heart and soul into it.
Well, that is very kind. Can you tell me what it is, or would you prefer it to be a surprise?
I believe a surprise is much more exciting.
I don't disagree. That is wonderful. Now, I'm not used to getting gifts. I'm a little excited, yeah.
I believe that it will be one that you will not forget.
I'm sure not.
And with that, unless there's anything else that you would like to do on this evening, we can go ahead and fast forward a little bit from the date. Wink wonk. Yeah.
There
Kayako.
is something I want to do, but I don't know if I should do it.
What are you doing, Kayako?
Is Einar with Hightower right now?
Yes, probably. They're just, bunking down, trying not to go to the deck of the ship.
Do you want me not to be?
Uh,
I mean, I assume she's not with him, like, the entire time.
Yeah, she could be, going somewhere else,
Yeah, if it's just, like, getting dinner or just, like, going to the bathroom.
Are you trying to fuck Einar's brother?
maybe.
Maybe.
Look, all Kayako would be a preference to Kurgan. No offense. But, like,
So is Hightower?
I would say that at this point, Hightower is probably in that little group bedroom situation. And if you were to kind of go find him and seek him out, he's kind of just stretching and practicing some moves, kind of trying to train as much as he can since he's a bit out of practice after resting these past couple days.
She would pop her head in and be like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I just look and I'll say "Oh, good evening. Hello. Doing good. I'd like to be stargazing right now, but I heard there's a special event happening on top."
Yeah. Question: what's your sexuality?
You gotta just ask him up front like that.
Yeah. Kayako's not one for subtlety.
Kinda just will say, depends who's asking.
I am.
Can I ask why?
Well, I mean, I was thinking, you're kind of hot, and,
Continue.
and, I don't know how long you're gonna be up here, and, you're, over 18, right?
Yes, he's definitely over 18.
Yeah, fair enough.
You'd see as he kind of just says, Kayako, are you propositioning me? Because if you are, I'm not uninterested. Kind of leans back a little bit.
Great. So, question. Since, yes, I am propositioning you, to be clear. Are you more of a top or a bottom?
Are you sure you don't want to have this conversation, Roan?
Yeah, Rune.
So,
Like I said,
Anthropos.
Too black.
What can I just say? Like, what about you? I can be flexible.
Yeah, I'm kind of flexible as well. That's why I asked. I do have this toy that's basically like sort of a fire whip thing. You know, if you want to try that out.
Einar is literally just having dinner in the kitchen, just like not even like 30 feet away.
There's
Please
no way
bury
she's not
him.
hearing this conversation either.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I just say like
Can I offer you his hand in marriage, please?
Einar ships it. He'll just say like
He's ever needed. A nice lady with a strap.
by all
He
means,
deserves it.
show me what you got. I am always curious to learn some close quarter techniques.
Okay. So wrestling then.
We'll see who wins. Maybe that'll help decide.
All right, sounds good to me.
Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Kayako, go ahead and just roll me a acrobatics check.
Okay.
This is so funny.
I'm sorry, y'all, but also not.
Don't be.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Why? That is a total of literally 9 because it was a natural 1.
Oh my god.
I get inspiration though, but yeah, Kayako, you win. And with that, go ahead and just roll me an athletics check.
Okay. I'm worse at these. Yep.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Awesome. Interesting. Noted. With that, as you and Haitao reserve those rooms to yourselves, Kayako, I would say that Rune and Atropos, do you two retire to your room as well?
Yeah. Rowan's not done talking with her. And we'd be
Cool.
up for a little bit. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds great.
If Atropos is interested.
Yes, she is very interested. And you see as they go into the Crystal Engine room, and Emerald, any initial responses or anything?
I will be eavesdropping!
Eavesdropping. Amazing.
Unless they start fucking, then I will leave.
I honestly think he continues to talk with her for a long while, and maybe it like elevates to something else. But I think it's a lot of just talking.
Yes.
Emerald's
That
literally
feels like
just like,
that's feels like the relationship.
Yeah, I agree.
just, like, sitting, like writing like a giddy little like schoolgirl, like
little like legs swinging in the back
Like,
and tail flipping around. Yeah, Rune, you and Atropos, you guys have a very close heart-to-heart talking about each other's aspirations and hopes for the future and dreams and things that she never thought she could truly explore before. And Emerald, you're just kind of vibing this entire time. And eventually, Emerald, you notice that like the sounds of talking slowly begin to fade. And you hear like some rustling. You're like, that's my
Nope.
cue.
fan out. Ah. And that's all the romance I care about.
Fair enough.
Let's go. Our resident asexual, our base sexual. You and Atropos also have a lovely romantic evening together, spending some time. privately.
I can't imagine Dr. Tot was like, you know what I should do? I should put a
Oh.
pussy in there.
Well, what was she building?
A mouth? I thought. I look like you're just so red. You're so red. It's hilarious.
And
I was doing pretty good. I thought I was doing pretty good up until just now.
and yeah, with that, Jesus. With
Every
that,
goddamn time.
you immediately the next
That's about
day
you.
eventually arrives. My God, as everyone has a long rest, you all sort of going through sort of like the motions of the evening. I guess with Tefren and Einar staying in the captain's quarters. What was it? Kayako, after your little oops, that's Emerald in Tefra, my bad. And Kayako, after your little escapade with Haitao, are you like, okay, well that was fun, see ya, or do you kind of like hang out and pass out too with him, or what's the vibe?
I think she would pass out with Haitao, but would probably maybe end up waking first.
Mm-hmm.
Just like pat sleeping Haitao on the head, get dressed, leave a note.
What does the note say?
Thanks for the time, hun. XOXO.
Amazing. Yeah, you go in and you're able to leave that note with fervor, and still passed out. Where do you go then, Kayako?
She's gonna probably go up to the deck of the ship and just do her little gun cleaning ritual.
Cool. As that's kind of going on, Emerald. What are you doing after a successful night of organizing such a lovely evening?
I'm telling Abba all about this shit. All about it. The whole damn thing, word for word. I'm just like, and then they were talking about this, and then they kissed, and then like
You'd see
damn
as
thing.
Ava kind of responds to you every so often. It's just kind of like, you are so mischievous, my sweet Emerald. But I wish I could just be there to witness, but your descriptions are just as juicy.
Oh, you don't even know what I have planned for you when you get out of that book.
I will hold you to it.
You better.
And then, do you ask for anything else through the evening, through the nights? Any questions that you may want answers for?
I do. Oh god. I want to ask if she knows about the fucking I forgot their name. Hold on, let me search through my notes and see if I wrote it down recently.
The what?
The snakes? No.
No. Bethany was just talking about it with Haito.
The Seekers of Arcadia.
Yes. I want to ask if I mean, I know that she had some dealings with them, I think. I'm already aware of that, but I would like to know more specifics if she's willing to give them.
I was traveling with a couple of them for a time. I believe you knew one of them. Lady Zarasos Thalasis. At the time. She was still there. The fact that she is still alive now is quite peculiar. But probably something to do with the Eidolons. she was able to stay all that time. Though she left the Seekers after disagreements, as did I. They were but a means to an end. And I just thought that I could use our resources to forward my research into my personal project.
Did you, was it a mutual sort of interaction? Did you give them any insights into the work you are doing?
Oui, Mati. I was a summoner after all, and I told them my intentions and what I wished to do with it. They told me that I was paranoid, but as we both know, I was simply preparing for the worst.
And it did happen. The shit's going down, Ava.
Yes, indeed, shit is quite going down. And I'm happy that you and your friends are there for the forefront of it. I don't think that anybody else could handle such a task.
I mean, a hero always arises to the occasion. I am certain. I'm sorry, Pike's face just distracted me. It's a little. A hero rises to the occasion. There will always be somebody who heeds the call, but perhaps not somebody as illustrious and magnificent as myself.
You kind of get this vibe as she's just kind of like, indeed. You are the premier ideal of a leading man of a story, as they say. But my darling individual, my strong Emerald, your story has just begun. Now that you have awakened to your abilities.
I must ask, are you particularly familiar with Fenrir? We are going to meet him, and I am going to be striking up a contract. And if I could name drop like a super powerful, super awesome, super beautiful summoner of note, and maybe have that be an inn, that'd be like extremely convenient.
She'll kind of just smile and say, yes. I had fostered a contract with her once. So long ago. I don't know when was the last time. I mean, I was but in this book. I don't know if she even has had a summoner contracted her since your resurgence. You might be the very first one since before the genocide, madam.
What do Eidolons get out of this besides being summoned to the material plane?
Get out of what, my dear?
The contracts. I mean, it feels very one-sided, which it is in my favor, and so I am not particularly upset about this, but still.
Summoners, when we contract our crystal communicators, we summon a lot of our ether to do so. That ether empowers the Eidolon.
So we feed them.
Yes.
Interesting.
And it's a symbiotic relationship. They are to guard you once you summon them. And they can only truly relinquish from the world with your ether if they succeed or if they leave while you are still intact.
I see. That is even more convenient.
Which is why they do so. And being here in the material plane, it's different. They're able to gather their strength and their powers here and can bring it back to the crystal plane. As here, so you'll see.
This is fascinating. Who of the Eidolons were you closest with?
Kind of just smiles a bit. The closest. The Tide Mother herself.
That is not the element I was expecting.
My attuned element was air and water. Water was my preferred element. I grew up in a land where they didn't really worship the Eidolons as gods. My summoner tribe was not in Caligo like many of the other summoners. I was in the Nossi. And the Nossi, many worshipped the 12 at the time. But I sort of came to my summoner roots when I traveled back to Caligo, to Madain Sari. Madain Sari is the Caligo settlement of summoners in the forest community. And I believe the remnants of Madain Sari became to what you know today as the Vermilion Forest.
Oh. Huh. That is interesting. For a number of reasons. Okay. How close were you to making an Eidolon?
Very close. On the verge of completion.
What did you need?
Dark matter. For this one.
How is this acquired?
I had to venture to the void and acquire it myself. But upon thinking, I don't think that unleashing pandemonium would have helped none. I was guided by fear and anxiety. If I could do it again, I would go at it a different way.
Oh?
I'm still thinking about it. Quite positively.
It may be selfish of me, but I am glad that you survived, even if it was through difficulty.
Of course. And I'm glad that you found my book, my dear Emra.
I am as well. Ava, I am concerned that Ouroboros is attempting something similar to what you were. If not in the exact same direct way, then in a similar way, in the creation and manipulation of entities for purposes of their own. I mean, they're like snagging all these summoners, and who knows what the fuck they're doing with them. Like, if they were just trying to kill them, they would just kill them, right? So, like, they wouldn't be locking them up in places.
That I do not know, my love.
I don't know. Shit's whack. At least there are people making out on the ship.
I consider your stories that you tell me a similar bit of embrace.
Well, it will be lovely when I can embrace you in full.
Soon, my dear. Soon.
Fade to black.
To the book. Amazing. You're writing smut into it. With
This
that.
turns into sexting? Is that what I'm hearing?
Amazing.
No, just describing like a really good massage.
Yeah, that's sexting actually.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot.
But yes, with that, yeah, Emerald, you're kind of on the deck of the ship. You didn't realize you were talking to Ava all night long.
She can like do that thing where like she projects my mind into some weird little like space thing.
Yeah.
I can give her a massage.
You kind of like sees Emerald very rarely. Kayako seems to actually be asleep in a way, but not really asleep. They kind of just appear to be just laying there and vibing.
Eyes
Do-
wide open, staring at nothing.
Do I still have like a writing implement on me?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Are you gonna?
Sir, what are you gonna write on?
Oh, I
I'm gonna-
heard riding. I was like a riding crop.
That's what I thought.
No.
Man, trying to get 2 people in a row. Yeah.
No.
My safe word is
Anyway,
pineapple.
Kayako's gonna draw a little mustache on Emerald's face.
I bite your
I
hand
know how-
off.
You actually, Kayako?
On their
Nah.
furry face.
Nah, it wouldn't work.
I was like, let's consider the implications of writing
Instead-
on fur.
Instead, she'd just like pat Emerald on the head, make sure they're okay.
Yeah, they seem to be breathing fine, or they just seem to kind of be in a trance. Yeah, with that,
Kayako's gonna get a blanket for them.
cute. Okay. As you get a blanket for them, I would say at this point, Atropos would actually have called everyone to like the deck of the ship, essentially, being like, "Good morning, everyone. I wish to your presence on the deck of the ship. Thank you." The little speakerphones.
I'm there.
I am
You are
also
there.
there.
Unless there's anything that Einar, you and Tefra would like to do in the morning as you guys wake up. Since you guys would have been together. Are you good, Tefra?
I don't know.
Would you guys have
You don't know if you're good.
would you guys have
Come on.
stayed in each other's room last night as well?
Come on,
Yeah,
we're-
I
we're
got
almost, like,
banished from the
like-
one I was sleeping in before.
Yeah,
Apparently.
I would say sometime at the middle of the night, like Einar would have come to your room as you actually you would return to your room after the date happened and you were done piloting the ship, Tefra, and you would see that Einar's already there.
Good.
Yeah.
No, if it wasn't already obvious, I mean, considering the fact that you're here, you have a permanent invitation to this room.
I appreciate that because I think I have been banished from the one I was sleeping in before.
Well, I'm happy to provide.
I've never ever heard anything. I don't know how loud it is. I mean, I assume.
I'm sure you've heard something a lot. You have a passive perception of 33, my friend.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, I mean, I assumed I did. I was wondering if Tefra would have heard anything like coming
Uh,
downstairs. Would already know.
Probably, I mean, with a 12, probably would have heard something, but not really know what it was. Probably thought it was just like thumping of metal.
Mm.
Wait. You got banished? Is Haida fucking somebody? Is Haida fucking Kuriko?
I don't think so. I think he is in his room. I'm pretty sure it is Kayako. I don't really want to check.
Kayako? Dang, okay. Get it, I guess.
Kayako. We felt Kayako a little bit before. Do you know what like her family situation is?
Oh, I know that her dad is a Viera noble. She doesn't know who
samurai.
her mom. What?
You would know that her father is a samurai, who's like the equivalent of a noble in Hinokoku.
Yeah, because samurai is a class, not a role. Doesn't know her mom. Has weird magic.
I mean, that was
That's
not,
what I got.
yes, he could do worse.
What are you considering marriage between the two?
I mean, after he showed an interest in Kurigam, my standards are quite low. No offense to Kurigam.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
I mean, like, I know that family station isn't everything, but it's not nothing.
Yeah, I mean, also, I think if Kurigam had to live in Alexandria, he would start setting things
Oh,
off.
I don't think we would have in Alexandria for very long. If Kurugam started to live there, it wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, it's not a good idea.
I think our houses would go first, actually.
Yeah, that would probably be fair.
Okay.
I guess we'll have to see if this is a repeat or whatnot.
All right. With
Yeah,
that,
that's
as you all finally make your way to the deck of the ship, we'll go ahead.
I just love how much gossip there is to be
I
had.
told you there's so much gossip, even though the ship's small as hell with just like 7 or 8 people. Like, oh my god, like there's so much shit happening. Yeah, with that, as Atropos kind of is here at the sort of center of all this, she sort of greets you all saying, "Good morning, everyone. I hope you all rested well last night."
I hope you rested poorly. What?
wait, did Tefra actually say that?
Doesn't need to go to sleep. Warforges.
Tefra says that under her breath to Einar only, might not have kept it quiet enough for everybody else.
Atropos has a passive perception of 24.
Holy
Should
shit.
I roll for it?
You can if you
Should I-
want.
What
Roll
is it?
stealth.
Stealth?
Yeah.
Hey, I've got a +10 to stealth.
Roan is not going to be able to hide anything.
17. Kayako, you don't catch it. Neither does Kurugam. I think the only people who catch it are Atropos and Einar and Electra. Atropos says, why would you wish for me to rest not well, Tefra?
Kept up by more fun activities.
She kind of just looks a bit confused, but she'll kind of just like roll with it, not really question it. And she'll just say,
Roan looks haggard. No, I'm just
yeah, Roan looks
Roan got his shit wrecked. After post tags.
yeah. Amazing. Yeah, I will say at this point, Atros will say, we are nearing our destination to the Thires Desert. It will be hard to navigate closely to locate Fenrir. And I wanted to just discuss with you all a plan of action. I believe that Fenrir's temple is hidden behind an illusory, wind-like illusion. It might be best if I am able to monitor from afar to ensure that your destination is reached clearly. With the ship, I'm able to perceive most things, perhaps even through arcane illusions. I do wish to join you along with this mission in this trial, Emerald. I wish I could be there for you. It means a lot for you. And I wish to also be there along with the rest of you, as I have always been this entire time. I grew worried in Bermesia, suffice it to say. But I know that my station here will be much more useful to you as a whole with the rest of the Crystal Guardian.
You keeping an eye out for us is an immense comfort at Propost. I hope you understand how much you are valued as a person and a member of this team, even if you cannot be on the ground with us, so to say.
She kind of smiles and sort of bows towards you. And they'll say, That's thank you, Emerald. That means so much to me. But she will sort of look to you all and will say, that is to say that I also wanted to present to you all a part of me that will always be with you all in a sense, no matter what trials you may face moving forward. Kind of like shyly looks over, like, Rune, may you please come here?
Of course. Yeah, he'll hustle up beside her. Yeah.
Beside her is fine.
No.
And she sort of smiles towards you and will then sort of present like this sort of like presses a button on her shoulder as her chest piece area opens up, and you would see that there's sort of like this yeah, she just flashes you and you would see that
No.
woo, girls, Atros has gone wild. You would see like in this core, sort of like this amethyst core generates underneath all that plating, and inside there's like this light, and she actually reaches into the lights, and her arm kind of disappears for a moment. She seems to pull out something, a metal casing that is rectangular and sort of like long to a degree. As she pulls it out, and we'll then sort of look towards Kayako, and we'll say, Kayako has assisted me with some preliminary blueprints, and I was able to accomplish what I had set out to do through expedited range for the time being. I wish to continue to test it further. But she kind of like looks around and looks towards you, Rune, and will say, this is a part of me that I believe will assist you in your trials to move forward with. And she sort of like presents you with the box, Rune, as it actually kind of floats in the air, like levitating slightly right in front of you.
I don't know what to say. This is so nice. May I open? It's now.
Yes, please do.
And he looks over at Kayako and is just like, kind of gives her a bit of a head nod, like, thank you.
Like she gives a nod back.
It's appreciated. And he'll open the box.
You would see immediately in the box, it looks interesting. It looks almost like different sort of like metallic latches that are kind of like pincered to the side, along with like crystals littered across, powered by all sorts of crystals from topaz gems, amethyst gems, and sort of interladen across. It doesn't look like much. It just looks like a split apart piece of metal, and then there's like this area where it seems to be like this, like almost like touch pad area that has this light glow. And as you open it, Rune, you would all see that it begins to levitate out of the casing, and then begins to float towards you, Rune. And immediately, she will say, "This is ether mail. I have created it through use of my own materials, through my own chassis, and infused with ether of my own making, and with other gems and other materials I was able to procure on the ship. Dr. Tot has used this for themselves as well, and I believe it will help you."
He's just kind of stunned, first of all. Like, that's his reaction. He says is like it's floating towards him and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Rune is stunned, and he says, I don't know what to.
And he's frozen. correct now.
Can I
I'm
please
back.
get an F in chat for Craig?
Yeah,
Girlfriend
hold
gave
on.
him a gift and now he died. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It even looks like he's saying F.
There he goes.
There he goes.
There he goes again.
That was my internet actually just completely dropping off. That wasn't entirely my fault this time.
I mean, you froze for a solid, minute there.
Oh, really? Okay,
With that, it's like floating towards you at this point, and it begins to kind of like fold and amalgamate, and you all watch as this piece of what appears to be this like chrome like material, as Atropos will mention, the material is fractal chrome. It was first created by the students and the arcanists of Quandrix College at Estar Academy. Dr. Toth has taught me how to reutilize the materials that have created me in order to create this for you. I have created it as well to create the other turret constructs to support us in battle prior. And she kind of just nods as it kind of folds and goes towards you, Rune. And she'll say, please, Rune, may you hold out your injured arm.
of course. He will lift his injured arm.
And as you do, you hold it out, and you'd see as very fluidly this piece of aether mail kind of forms into an almost identical, slightly chrome-like prosthesis, mirroring Rune's other hand. However, the knuckles seem to be laden in with these gems and crystals as well. And as it does, it kind of affixes into place. And Rune, immediately you feel this slight tinge, like the electrical pulses from your own nerves immediately reattach through sensory touch, interacting with a piece of Magitech. And you would see that there's this little kind of like it's starting up, and it glows further as immediately the limb begins to almost move on its own, as like the pulses it takes from your body begins to regulate the electric motors and the pneumatic actuators inside of this device. And it feels weird at first because it's a sensation that you were still feeling without just so recently. But it feels as though it's there. It's your fingers grasp, they release, and immediately you can kind of almost feel the warmth, the intricate machinery inside. And it then kind of connects with the rest of your body, and you feel this warmth, like your chi has been readjusted. Your ether inside begins to awaken ever so slightly. And all of you who are currently here immediately feel this like rush of energy that emanates now from Rune. And at this moment, Rune, there's this pause, as though time had frozen itself, and you're given a moment to think. And at this point, the limbs work fine, and you look up, and all of your companions appear to be frozen almost. Even Atropos herself, who are kind of looking on with wonder. And at this point, I would say that you hear this voice in your head, sort of like erupt in the back, saying that a new potential has grown inside of you.
Do I recognize it as Hashmal?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Roan will respond. I will not forget. I will not forget your teachings, Hashmal. But I feel I am on a new path now, and this feels right. We talked about being on the right path, and this feels like the right path.
Kind of the voice is very comforting to you. We'll say, like, Rune, you were on the right path the moment that you learned to control yourself, to accept things as they are. And now, accepting the happiness that you receive. Life, the earth, changes and forms. You are evidence of that. Your power has awakened. You will never forget my teachings, I'm sure. But
Never.
now you have awakened to your true potential. I am proud of you. I am proud to be your scion. Move forward with this strong oath in mind, this oath to protect those you love. And I will always watch you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, no, you go.
I was just gonna say always, and actually a little bit of a tear comes to Roan's eye. Yeah, Hashmal's a little bit of a father figure for him, and so
Yeah.
he's proud of him. Oh boy.
You feel this very gentle, like, two strong, like, hands rest on your shoulders, giving you, like, a very gentle rub, and will say, now, show the snakes that you, Rune Overspark, are a force to be reckoned with.
The fist comes together like this. Yeah.
And as you do,
Absolutely.
everything kind of breaks apart, and the moment to think is over, and everything refreezes. And Rune, you all immediately notice that there's like a slight tear sort of like coming down Rune's eye, but he looks really like determined as like the crystalline gems like right on the knuckles appears to like just sort of glimmer ever so slightly, almost representing each element. As there's like an emerald, there is a topaz, there is a ruby, and there is a sapphire. You would, as that kind of emanates, all of you feel as though Rune is emanating this like aura of power that you had not recognized from him before. It's like a comforting aura that just like exudes this protection to you all. And Atropos will say, I had created this ether mail, but it appears it might have some sort of effect. Rune, are you feeling okay?
He's still kind of like trying to wipe away a little bit of a tear, and says, "I've never felt better." And he goes in and he just hugs Atropos.
She embraces you as well. And you all still feel this aura about you as she smiles and will say, did I help?
Always.
Well, of all the times for you to have your hand chopped off, I suppose this was a pretty good one. Shit, we should have cut it off earlier, honestly.
Did try.
Well,
What?
well, I mean,
Yeah, go ahead, Kayako.
well, I mean, leave it to Atropos to lend a hand.
Ding.
Yeah, but
And she like
And you'd see
goes
as
in and
Atropos,
hugs them.
Atropos would also say, actually, I lent Rune quite a few parts from my chassis, but it is fine, as many of it will restore itself in time.
Wait, hold on, you can just, like, it comes back?
Yes.
Do you need to eat things for that?
Yes. So I hope you
Salmon,
plan to create
specifically.
more of those salmon rice balls.
Wait, you can grow metal back from food? You don't need to eat like.
There's a lot of mercury in salmon. So.
Okay, well, hey, I can cook like every other night if you want. We can share the duties of cooking.
I can cook.
Ah, that's every 3 nights, and then I look expectantly at the rest of the crew. No, just the 3 of us. Okay, sure, that's fine.
If Rowan could cook,
I don't
he
think
would
you
cook
want
the
Einar or
steak
me
dinner,
in the kitchen.
Yeah, Einar is the burn water bitch, okay?
I mean, I kind of taught Emerald how to cook the rice balls. So.
Excuse me. Knew how to cook before you taught me how to cook salmon with rice balls.
I feel like Kurgan would be a good cook.
Kurgan's
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
Kurgan would be a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
cook.
Yeah.
Or he'd be terrible because he just like eats weeds. He's
Yeah.
I
like,
don't
cattail's delicious.
feel
He
like I
just
won't
burns
like whatever.
everything. Everything's burnt to a crisp.
Everything's charcoal.
As all of you
I
kind
can
of just
cook like 3 things. Like,
Then
and they're
we can
not
have-
good.
We can have those 3 things like once a week.
Eat these
I can teach you how to cook.
Yeah, I can also teach you how to cook.
There are multiple individuals who can teach you how to cook meals.
And mostly the things that I know how to make are things that I reheat, like stuff that fuck.
Huh?
Her name's not Mercedes, but that's the picture you used.
Elisa?
Yeah, just things that Elisa made, and I put them back in the oven, and I call that good, you know?
How did you survive in the circus? Oh my god, I just realized you have never cooked anything for yourself in all of the time that I have known you.
Yeah, there was a chef. We had a chef at the circus.
I mean, I guess. It wasn't very good food, though.
Wait, so
Yeah,
North
but
Korea-
It's
Probably
not
better
very
than
good
what I would have
food.
made by myself.
Wait, so Yor never taught you how to cook?
Oh,
Who
she's
teach
a
me how to
rich
cook?
bitch.
My maid?
No, Yoru. Yoru.
Oh, Yoru.
Yeah.
I mean, Yoru occasionally cooked for me. Right?
Occasion and Emerald, you hear occasionally, aka all the time.
Every goddamn day.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay,
Was
so,
I supposed to have figured
No,
it
we are
out?
going. It's gonna be okay. We are going to have lessons.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
no, you're on cooking duty with us.
Okay.
You are going to learn at the very least how to saute an onion, okay, motherfucker?
What does it mean to saute?
Atropos will say, "We will show you, Sephra. It'll be fun. All of us
Yeah.
together."
I mean, like, I know what an onion is.
To saute is
Basically-
to put
And
it
Einar,
over.
I think that you should join us as well.
I think the entire time, like, Einar's been trying to, like, scoot away from this conversation.
Atropos grabs
but
your
so far-
hand,
Yeah,
pulls you close.
This is very cool.
Says,
It's fine. It's fine. I don't think that's necessary.
I mean, come on.
think of it as a team bonding opportunity. I'm sure Electra is also quite a good chef herself.
Do we have things to put out fires?
Yes.
I have
Okay.
spells.
Electra can put up fires, and you see Electra just puts a thumbs up.
Oh,
Okay.
Great.
As you all sort of hilariously and endearingly discuss cooking duties and team cooking activities, as Emerald, Kayako, and Atropos are leading a Crystal Guardians wide cooking class. I will say that at a certain point, as you sort of travel towards the Thires deserts, there comes a time where before you actually before like you actually go towards where the Temple of Fenrir is actually at, you guys do end up making a stop over where over like near where potentially the temple is going to be. So I would say that at this point, you would see that sorry, Atropos will sort of let you all know. Says, "We'll be arriving at the desert shortly. Please make all your preparations before you disembark." and you kind of all begin to land. And with all that, as everything's sort of happening about, you'd see as Hightow kind of like crackling his knuckles, and it's just kind of like, so, when are we leaving to the temple, sister?
I presume as soon as we land? I'm not entirely sure.
What'd you say, sorry?
I said I presume as soon as we land. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm gonna say, like, probably going along with you. You'll need some extra help since you won't be having, I don't know. I mean, it'll be kind of boring if I stay here on my own, and I'd like to watch your back. Maybe see what you can do when I'm not being possessed by a bloody sword.
Yeah. I'm sure you could use the exercise.
Oh, I certainly can. And I'll kind of like put an arm around you. And with that, any other sort of like preparations as a party you would like to do before you head out to the desert? With that, as you do, you kind of gather all your things, beginning to leave the ship as Atropos sort of like addresses you all and will say, please, take care of yourselves. And she will then sort of like reach into herself and just like generate sort of like a chest, and she'll open it. And all of you will receive a potion of greater healing. I crafted these before you were to go. Please use them wisely. And I will drop them onto your inventories. A reminder that potions in my games heal the full value, and they only cost a bonus action to use. For yourself. If you want to feed someone, it still costs an action. But I believe everyone should have one now. If you don't have one, you can let me know. So, because they're max healing, that's basically what's it called? That's 20 points of healing with one potion. And I'll say at this point, she sort of looks to you all and will look towards you, Rune, and will say, I'll be keeping in touch. You will be my eyes and ears out there, while I will be your eyes and ears up here.
You better. Yeah. Call me every day.
I hope it is not more longer than a day, but we'll be keeping in touch.
More than a day? No. He says, I'll miss you, but he kind of holds up his arm. You'll be with me, yeah?
I will be. And she then kind of like leans in to give you a kiss on your forehead. And
no, forehead, no. He moves to kiss her on the mouth.
Yeah. You'll kind of see this, and Hightow's like, get a load of this. Kind of like gesturing to you, I know.
Emerald whistles.
I'm
like,
all right. With that, as the heat begins to settle in and you traverse towards the desert, heading to the unknown where you will find the Temple of Fenrir, we'll go ahead and end tonight's session there.